Moonlight to all. These publicized priests are rich. They go home and they enjoy their rewards. Who pays them? Is it us unfortunate people in unfortunate situations that go to them, sit in their seats, and look up to them? Have faith and believe in them? Is it the world leader that funds their synagogues and pays them a check? And they live comfortably while the rest of the world cries, is in sorrow. Something doesn't seem right. I know that it's not right. Can you believe that? Look through godly's eyes, and when you look down, and you see how there's people that are speaking for Father on these temples and synagogues, and they're rich, and everyone else is poor, struggling. I don't know, something is not right. It's not right in this world. It just isn't. Is it to say that if you are of God and you speak for him like as priest, that you're rich in this world? Uh-uh. I don't think so. I don't think that is the will. I think it is the ones that are in cheap clothing, and the will was for them to get rich because it was going to happen. The will wasn't for the godly, the true priest to be rich. It was for you to see how with the word of God they profit off of him. Like he's a prostitute, just like they do Mother Nature. That was in the will of them, in the prophecy. Us that are true godly priests but are not rich, doesn't have any of those things, but just what's inside of us. What is our fate and what is our will? What's the will for us? To witness it, to expose their wicked deeds, to see the synagogue of Satan, to see how my father's not in those buildings, but he's in me, to see the prophecy, the verses are true, the same verses that they preach. It's a mockery, is it not? And they just get rich off of versing my father's words. How dare you? How dare you? And it gets even worse because they don't even know how to spend their freedom. Whatever their riches is, this is how they show it, by buying 16 houses and they only live in one, and all the other ones are vacant. They don't use it to help the homeless, they don't use it to build a school, to use it as a sanctuary. No, they're just their vacation houses. This is how they use their riches too. That's also what's crazy about it. That the rich won't even be able to enjoy it, right? The ones in this world, the ones that are not worthy of it, they won't even know how to use their riches. They'll end up using it for nonsense, right? Spending all their riches on drugs and sex, all things that are synthetic, that will kill them in the end, infect them, lead them to the devil's tomb. They're buying first class tickets every day, private jets. How much is that? When you could have spent so much money to feed the homeless or just do giveaways. If people are constantly given to this temple, the least you can do is give back. But you only want to give back when you're ready to give back. But you've had so many chances to. Or it takes a certain pagan holiday for you to see, oh, they're giving away. What are they giving away? What are they giving away? That's another thing. Oh, you find out they're giving away turkeys for a pagan holiday. Are these turkeys even real? Save the turkeys. I'm no longer going to eat meat. I stopped eating meat. I had a few years ago, I wasn't eating meat, and I started back, but mm-mm, no more. It's disgusting. Save the turkeys. We don't want turkeys, you know? We don't want turkeys. Give away fruit, vegetables, and real fruit and vegetables. You find out they're giving away tablets. No, we don't want tablets. Hand out jumping ropes, basketballs, footballs, outside activities, chalk. They don't even know how to use their money. It's only two of them in this gigantic castle. Two. I figured that you would kind of need more space because you had a big family, or you're going to plan to have a big family. That you just didn't just buy these things if you weren't going to use it. Just witnessing this, that's how I knew. Come a little closer. That is how I knew that something, that what I knew was right and something was wrong. Something was wrong. That's how I knew. I didn't need a book. I didn't need the Holy Bible. Those things are great and it's a blessing. But I knew, just like I know now, even though I have nothing, I don't have rewards, I don't have money, I don't have nothing but the darkness that surrounds me and the body that I'm in and the skin color and how that's being treated and viewed. That's all I have, right? But there's something inside me that knows that I'm more than this, that something ain't right here. And I'm just professing it, but professing it out loud. But this is all that I knew, to know that I'm right, even if someone tells me no, or if no one else says these things or notices. Okay, see, I'm gonna have to close my window because I really it's yeah, it blows me. These sounds are horrible. Horrible. You can't even have your window open to get fresh air. Like I was saying, or peace and quiet. Let's say that. I just knew. I knew it because what I know and who I am, of course. That's the philosophy, the book about Alizé. Because not only were they the priests in this world, but I was me. I don't like titles, but I was sounding like one, or I was seeing how I was someone that knew stuff. But I didn't want riches. I mean, I still don't. I don't want a big, gigantic house. Like, it's unnecessary. All I want to do is be free and give and save my babies. But they don't do that. And I'm just, there's a lot of things that you don't have to figure out. But I do that for the sake of my book, who's listening. That obviously there's so many signs. Why do these people spend their money on these certain things, right? having like 5 cars. And everyone has the right to do whatever they want to do, but I still can, confess these things. And I say that because we're in a world where like we need leaders. We need people to help us. And it seems like the most so-called godly people live a luxury life. No doubt about it. And I'm just saying that it just seems sort of odd to me. Obviously, we know, right? Like, we know what's up, but I'm trying to milk it almost like we don't know. Just trying to breadcrumb it. Doesn't it seem odd? Now, if I did not understand who I was, or if I wasn't who I was, then it'd be different because then I would say, well, they deserve it and they're godly priests. They're God's priest. But no, I know who I am. I am my father's daughter. I am a priest in a way, spiritual one, because I speak for my father and I speak for justice and truth. That's what a priest should be, counsel. And that's what changes everything. You start to see everything through you, through those lenses, the eye of the beholder. And that is where you wake up, realizing who you are, to be able to realize who they are. Oh, so they're the ones hiding in sheep clothing. They're the ones trying to act like me or my father. They're the ones mocking us. No wonder why they use their money only for this and that. No wonder why. I don't get how people can sleep at night. But I maybe can because I know that Father allows them to stay in this sort of state of delusion, that they think they're doing the right thing because, yeah, they're preaching. But I'm sure they're no fool. Maybe, maybe what saves them is not having a big heart. Because if you have a big heart, you're going to feel sort of kind of guilty, right? Your heart kind of holds you back because you can be eating so good and then you start thinking about the children. Right? We're at this table feasting in our luxury home and everything seems great, right? We shouldn't have no worries. Like, we're rich. But you realize that there's children that are starving. That's what a big heart is. Like, I have to do more. I have to. I have to. And it was shown by my fruits. I wouldn't just donate or build once a year or every 6 years or once in my lifetime. No, this is a worldwide rebranding. We're making everything anew. Because it can, right? It's possible for children to not be on the streets. Now, if the adults choose to be, you can't stop them. Now we can get them help, but we can't pick them up and, against their will and their rights. We're talking children. There should be no children on the streets. None. There should always be a home, a warm bed for them. That's what I mean. That we should all be working together to make sure of that. Reporting back to each other that, oh yeah, I found two little children on the roadside and they were alone and they have no home or they were abandoned. Okay, great, we'll come and get them. There'll be a place for them wherever they are, making sure of that. And then I can go back home and feast and feel satisfied. But I'm still always keeping an eye. I'm always still, they're still in my heart, that whenever they need something, they call and I'm there. But at least let me be satisfied that I'm doing all that I can do because I can. Right? I'm rich. I have a luxury home. Like, I don't have worries. Okay, well, I have a lot of time then. I have a lot of resources and money. I can do a lot of things rather than buying 12 more houses that no one's gonna live in, or buying 5 more cars, or taking unnecessary private planes, like, or buying 12,000 courtside seats, like, and far more. That's a waste. Rather than do that, so yeah, these certain priests of the world may not have a big heart, may not feel guilty, may feel like they're doing right. But to someone like me, it just ain't right. Because it ain't. It ain't. And it's not my heart. And it's not the way I think. And that's what makes me different. I can do a lot more. I would. I wouldn't just, preach or whatever they call themselves doing and then go home and live in luxury. No way. Not only that, but I've not heard anyone judge the world, judge these people. Now they do their works. They read the Bible, right? They read the verses. That's all they go to school for, knowing the scripture. But they don't know how to depict it. They don't know how to interpret it. They don't know how to, you know, they don't have the rights to judge the world. Because it would be them, like, literally telling on themselves. They should be informing the world about the spirit of Sodom and Gomorrah, the spirit of Babylon, the spirit of evil, the spirit of Jezebel. But they wouldn't say those things because that's them. Some of their wives are whores. They are whore, cheaters, you know. They got mistresses. They do polygamy, whatever that is. They don't preach on those things. They don't judge, you know. They're not the judges of the world. They're the fake gatekeepers. They're the fake ones sitting in these synagogues and these altars. They're fake placeholders. But no, they'll just read the scripture and boy are they're scholared, right? They're biblically scholared. They know what verse is from where. They say turn to verse this. That's it. Ooh, sound good. But they're not convicting the world. No. And then how are you convicting the world and it sounds like a club in there? It sounds like a club in here. How are you convicting us? If the lights are off, there's flickering lights. I hope no one has a seizure. Hope nobody has, seizures. Hope nobody faints. It's dark, it's late at night. There's music. Everybody's jumping around, dancing. I don't feel no conviction. None. Good for them, right? They're getting their money. You don't see God in those places. God ain't even there dancing with you. You want to say this is all for the love of Jesus. No, it's not. Jesus didn't say have a party. Why would it have to take all that for people to come and listen? If they don't want to come and listen, they don't come and listen then. It shouldn't take you to turn your building into a club. I just can't. I just can't with these certain spirits. They're just, it's one of those things where it's just just pitiful. Pitiful. Like, how can anyone in their right mind think this is flattery? Think this is cute and worth it? Through my eyes, it's ugly, okay? It's ugly and it's weak and it's pathetic. But they get on these stages and they look polished, but they're ugly. They're ugly inside, but they're polished on the outside. And anything that is built on top of that will never last, will never last. A relationship, nothing. A house, everything will crumble. Now, it may take 20, 30 years, 50 years, who knows? But it will eventually crumble. That relationship built on lies, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Because everybody wants to look polished, and it's like, you're wretched though. It's like meeting someone being superficial. Once you become real, they're not going to like you. It's not going to last. Nothing built on that sort of foundation is solid. But everyone knows that. That's common sense. But I guess don't allow the fame and all that fast stuff to, blind you temporarily. It's like the money kept flowing, so we kept going with this sort of pretending. But why even go on with it? Oh, because it was giving you revenue, it was providing you a safe home and a man to lay next to. Listen, but you knew all along that it was all fake. So why be surprised if like you wake up and you have no soul? Don't be surprised if your soul is taken. Don't be surprised if those people are the ones that will sell their soul. That's what you need to know about a person before you marry them, before you really, really, really open up to them. Because a lot of people are not worth it. They'll sell their children, they'll sell their parents, they'll sell themselves. Would you really want to be committed to a person like that, bound and bind it to someone that's so worthless? They would sell their children. There's a lot of people like that. You know that? And they'll never tell you, you'll never see it on the surface. They're polished. But this is what they're doing behind closed doors. Don't ever idolize anyone. Create for your life the dream world that you've always dreamed. Talk to Father about it because He's the one that will give you what you deserve if you deserve it. Let you idolize your own life. Let you look in the mirror and be your own goals. Let you be your own motivation. And I'll leave it there.